Hi, welcome to the Pur'N'Kleen podcast, episode number 37. My name is Rommel, and today we're going to talk about quantity versus quality. So, there's this book called Art and Fear, and although I haven't read it, I read an interesting excerpt from it, and the source has the link in it. But it's a book about the art of creating, the craft, I guess, of creating art. And there's this example of a ceramics teacher. So this ceramics teacher comes in and divides the class into two groups. On one side of the class, he tells people that they were going to be graded on the quantity of ceramic pots that they make. And on the other side of the class, he tells the class that they're going to be graded on only one ceramic pot, but it's going to be based on quality. So, on one side, they're graded on quantity, and on the other side, they're graded on quality. And on one side, they had to create lots of pots, and basically the way he graded that group was he took all the pots, he graded them, an A or a B or a C, or if you are not from America, maybe like a 100 or a 10 or a 9 and so on. And he weighed all the pots that were an A, and then he weighed all the pots that were a B, and then he averaged the results. And for the group that was quality, they just needed to do one pot. So to get an A, it had to be a perfect pot. Well, came grading time, a curious fact came about, which is that the works of the highest quality were all produced by the group being graded for quantity. It seems that while the quantity group was busy churning out piles of work, they were learning from their mistakes, and they were creating even better and better pots, while the quality group sat thinking about perfection and how to create the best pot, and in the end, they had very little to show for their efforts. So what is this, and how does this apply to Star Citizen? Most orgs, regardless of what you want to do, quantity always trumps quality. That's the one piece of advice that I want to talk about this podcast, because if you are not doing whatever it is that you're doing over and over and over again, you will not improve. You cannot, if you think that sitting down and just talking endlessly over how to do flight maneuvers is going to make you a better pilot, over just spending hours on the universe flying your Hornet, then you're not thinking straight. To get better, you just gotta do it over and over and over and over again until you learn from your mistakes. This applies to manufacturing. This applies to pretty much anything. If you aren't doing it over and over and over again, you aren't learning. So rather than agonizing over whether you're doing it the right way, just do it. Just do it, right? That's how our Grand Lord and Savior Chris Roberts says it. So if that doesn't work, if you find that you're just doing it and you're frustrated with the result, then try it in a different way. But keep doing it. Keep putting hours in it. And in that way, quantity is always better than quality. Thank you for listening to the Pur'N'Kleen podcast, a free weekly Star Citizen podcast aimed at tackling the business side of the verse. I will be taking an extended break from the podcast due to the holidays, but I'll see you guys next year, and I wish you guys a happy new year. As I said in the previous episodes, customers don't always know what they want. Customers don't want a drill. They want holes in their walls.